This is Explication Guidelines Part 2 video. So I was going to pick up with my sample thesis for Kamanyaka's poem Salome. Yusef Kamanyaka's poem Salome uses strong imagery. Oh, I just realized I need to remove that comma. Okay, so let me take that out. Let me start over. Yusef Kamanyaka's poem Salome uses strong imagery, sound devices like alliteration, consonants, and assonance, and allusion to suggest that the process of learning the truth about human nature can be disturbing and dangerous. So really, it's important that you watch those other videos on my elaboration of the co-teaching assignment. It's important that you see all of those videos before you actually look at this thesis, because this won't make as much sense to you. Okay, everything will really start to come together once you see my sample, co-teaching project. All right, so that's my thesis, and I think it will help a lot to see how I move from looking at specifics in that poem to actually coming up with a thesis for it. Right? Now, other things I want to say about the guidelines. In the body of the explication, I do want to see that you have addressed in detail at least 5 of the concepts or terms that I've listed below. Okay? So, it would be possible, let me just say this, it would be possible to have a paragraph that covers figures of speech. And within that same paragraph, you could talk about, some maybe simile and understatement and metonymy. Okay. The only way that you would probably want to have a paragraph that is all about one of these specific terms would be if you have so many instances of that single term occurring in the poem that you can make a really sizable, well-developed paragraph about that term. All right, and then let me scroll down a little bit more. You do want to make sure you choose qualities from your poem that are really relevant to your poem, to the poem that you're teaching. I'm not talking about your original poem that you write. I'm talking about the poem that you're teaching. So you do want to make sure that you select qualities that will give you ample evidence. So, as I say here, if onomatopoeia occurs only one time in your poem, do you really want to try to devote a whole paragraph to that? No. If it occurs once and you think it's very, very significant, you might want to include it in a paragraph that talks about sounds in general. Okay, so you really want to make sure that you're choosing the best literary devices from the poem that you're teaching.